We have a saying around here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, no brains, no headache.
Well, hello, boys.
What's up? What's up?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
My actual job for whatever.
Welcome to episode 203 of No Brains, No Headache podcast. Hosted by yours truly. Name's Jordan Weichel. Happy to be here, as always, across from my co-host, longtime friend. His name is Matt Cleary, and today we are joined by a very special guest. He originates from the Mott area, now resides in the West Fargo area. A good friend of ours. We've done plenty of shows together. He's coming through town, so we are recording with him here in studio. It's Blaise Kautzman. Thanks for coming, man.
Wild applause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge.
I hope that's actually what I just need to do is tell you guys to do stuff. And then
it really, I'm like kind of like Will Ferrell's character from Austin Powers. Like if you ask me like twice, I'll just be like, okay.
Well, it's going to be a fun night.
That was the most effort I put into an intro in a while.
Nice. You wasted.
Yeah. That was the last effort.
I couldn't think of Austin Powers, so I mean, I've had a tough week.
Is that where he plays Mustafa?
Yeah, where it's like, if you ask me 3 times, I can't lie.
Fantastic film cameo drop there, Matt. But yeah, we got Blaise in studio.
Hell yeah.
You know, this has been a long time coming. We've had a lot of other jabronis, I guess would be a word you could use on the podcast. But now you're here and you get, what do you think of the studio?
I like
you
the
creeped
studio.
us out. You kind of you stalked us up a little bit.
Power move, though.
Yeah.
Just walking into someone's house.
I did. Yeah. I didn't even tell you guys I was walking in here. I was like, they should be expecting me. And I walked in. I yelled Jordan Matt from the top of your stairs after the dog and cat came up to me. And
This is a dugout.
I actually wasn't sure if you guys just had squatters upstairs.
I haven't been
It looks
upstairs
like
in
it.
like 3 days.
Yeah. It might be more.
They put bunk beds in one of the rooms.
Oh, really? Yeah, and your buddy came out and was like, hey. And I was like, Jordan and Matt live here? And he goes, downstairs. And I was like, cool. And I go, oh, by the way, I'm Blaise. And he goes, and he just turned around and walked away. I was like, cool, man.
Could be drunk.
Nothing like a nice welcome to when, getting to Bismarck.
Yeah.
I
So,
figured you
welcome
would
back.
at least, slap a text or something, but
I gave him a 10-minute warning. But then
That's
when he,
true.
then
We
he
were
texted me
talking
back and
business.
said right
Oh.
like 2 minutes before I got here and probably didn't check the timestamp.
Matt and I were talking shop. Matt was very ill the last few days. He's recovered. He took a fireball shot earlier. Big trooper. We all decided to pick up right where we left off last time. At least you and I hung out.
Yeah.
But all 3 of us together got a little wasty pants. And by that, I mean I got really drunk with you guys at the
Yeah.
stadium show. I think that was a good
Do you want to
bonding
talk about
experience.
that? I'll talk about that.
I actually had
get
a
it out of the
question.
way.
I had a question when he said Mott. Who's the most famous person from Mott? Is it you?
No. Butch Lentz. He was in the NFL.
That sounds like a name I would try to make up.
Dude, it's from like the 40s, 50s. Google him, Butch Lentz. I think it's like the 70s. I'm pretty sure he played for the Buffalo Bills because only people, like that's the only team that anyone played for in the 70s.
Okay, well, I typed in Butch L and Butch lesbian flag came up.
Well,
Lynch?
What does it look like? The flag.
Butch Lentz. Lintz, I believe. Butch Lynch sounds like they're killing gay people. Doesn't Which, I don't know.
Who are we talking
Yeah,
about?
the most
Whatever.
famous person from Mott, but I guess
Some guy made it to the NFL from Mott back in the day.
Do you know Josh Duhamel?
I do have a good Josh Jamel story. I met him one time. My sister actually played basketball with his older sister at Minot. No, not Minot. Williston.
Why not?
My sister played for the Tetons, Williston Tetons. She's in the Hall of Fame.
wow.
FYI.
Whoa.
The same college that a guy graduated from his 2-year degree, and they asked him if he wanted to coach the baseball team because they couldn't find anyone else to do it.
Right? Dude, my sister said that like Josh Duhamel's sister, and then would be like,
Listen to what you're saying. My sister said that Josh Duhamel's sister. What kind of name dropping are we doing here? Let's have a little bit of respect.
Okay,
for
Jill
ourselves.
Cook, that's my sister. That's a real name drop. No. But I guess they were like, my sister, she's attractive. Yeah.
Hey,
what up?
We got some guests joining the studio. I forgot we started recording.
Dude, the best part about Dallas walking in right now is he has a Frisbee golf bag as a cooler.
Well,
Hey, man, whatever works.
it's the Texas man. He's the producer for the day. So.
Nice. Okay, Josh Duhamel, though. Forget about what my sister said about him. I saw Josh Duhamel in Fargo. Saw Josh Duhamel in Fargo when he was at a Nick Swartzen show. And we're at the Hodo. Now it's the Blarney Stone. Mm-hmm. Josh Duhamel was sitting at a table just with like 8 hot chicks. And I went up to him and I was like, dude, Josh Duhamel.
I'm sure.
I loved you in the Fast and the Furious series. And he goes, dude, wasn't in that show. And I go,
Varsity Blues favorite movie.
no, because then I went, oh, dude, I forgot it's Marley and Me. That's it. And he just goes, what the fuck, man? I was like, just kidding. My sister played basketball with your sister. Right? I got bitched out, but I was just going to name like 7 movies that he wasn't in.
What was your next one after that? Do you have one lined up?
Probably Zoolander or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Name the one Transformer he wasn't in.
Yeah. I mean, I know how many movies is he actually in that I could name? Like,
Dude, he's in a lot of terrible.
now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. No, that's the thing, but I wouldn't know any. I know that he's not in those movies, which I thought was funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. I bet if I sat down and had a beer with him, I bet he doesn't remember that at all, but I bet that he'd think it's funny if I told him again.
Just have a grand old time.
Yeah.
Hey, you make it big enough in your comedy scene, he's gonna cling to you. He's like, oh, fellow North Dakota celebrity, we have to stick together.
That's the dream.
two
I love
of
how
us.
our entire state tourism budget is just wasted on. Not, I wouldn't say wasted, but it's just given to Josh Duhamel to do commercials.
They're like, you're a nice guy. Here's $2 million.
Yeah, you'll fly back for 12 hours at a time to shoot a commercial.
Get me out of here.
I'm pretty sure he just lives in like Detroit Lakes area most of the year.
Still not North Dakota.
That's not North Dakota.
No, that's true. It's like
That's on us, though.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to.
we should be better. We should give him $3 million. We're like, here's
What
another
were we
house.
thinking?
We should just have more lakes.
Dude, for him though, taxes, to be honest, his prime residence, he should buy a house in North Dakota compared.
I
Maybe
don't want to get into the real estate holdings
Let
of
me
Josh
give
Duhamel.
Josh Duhamel some real estate advice right here. You're getting fucked on taxes in Minnesota. Get your primary residence in North Dakota.
Tell him.
And you know what? Support your home state.
This is off to a hot start. Episode 203, No Brains, No Headache. We got Blaise here. He's a fellow comedian. We've done a few shows with him, so happy to have him here. We got the Texas man, producer for the day.
Tejas.
He will remain anonymous, even though Matt already kind of screwed that up.
Said his name.
They call him
Guys,
Dallas. It's a
Why are we
nickname.
starting? Quit talking, man.
We'll
Dub your voice. Why did we start with Josh Duhamel?
I don't know.
Getting the blood pressure
But
hot.
speaking of being from Mott, I've kind of heard the inklings of this story when I was in and out of your radio show, but I need the full thing. It involved you and your friends growing up. We did this a lot too, like thinking you're part of Jackass.
Yeah.
And one of your friends basically dying.
Oh yeah. Dude, we were like the CKY of Southwest North Dakota. We actually we actually had to edit videos and stuff like that by just taking a VCR tape and pulling out the audio and like playing Sum 41 on a CD and then plugging in the audio. Then we'd have like the master tape. We just held out actual cassette tapes, like the ones that you grab on like Tony Hawk Pro Skater, to like everyone in Southwest North Dakota. We premiered it at the Mott movie theater one year.
That production value alone is way better than anything I did for my Jackass era, you could call it.
Oh no, dude.
It was whatever you got. That was the clip.
Dude, we lit our friend on fire. We jumped on the river. There was one time where, one time he broke his arm before this, and then we talked him into This is when you couldn't just get a hold of a thong at any time. So we cut his whitey tighties into a thong and wrote Bill was here with an arrow to his butt on his butt cheek, and then just had him sprint down the ice. And we're like, you fall through the ice over there, it'll be funny, and then we'll just get you out. We'll have a rope. He started running and he fell where he was supposed to on the weak spot, put his arm down and just shattered his arm. So he was in a freezing cold river with a broken arm, being like, help me. I mean, this shouldn't be as funny as it is. And then
it's pretty funny.
We were laughing. So we were standing on the dam.
This is cringe.
We were standing on the dam just laughing at him and trying to like throw him a rope and not getting it to him.
You guys forgot the rope.
No, we had a big rope.
Why didn't you tie it to him ahead of time? That's not cool for the video.
Yeah, dude.
That's
We can't edit that out. We don't
That's
have
true.
AI in
That's
2004.
You bring
Probably
up a
had
good
an
point.
anchor with the rope.
Yeah.
on, just throw him the anchor.
But then
just
when we
knocks him
got the
unconscious.
rope to him, he couldn't grab it because his arm was broke so bad. So then he just grabbed on and like twisted it with one arm, and we just kind of pulled him like on some jagged ice into his body until we got it off.
Was his nipples bleeding afterwards?
No, mostly rib cage. But yeah, so I mean, we did dumb stuff. We jumped off a bridge. You'd probably pull it up at some point. We jumped off a bridge.
We have
Where
an
our-
X-ray chart reader. We're actually going to throw off a bridge
Right?
later. So drink up.
Dude, got some X-rays I can talk about too. But we had our other buddy jump off like a driving Blazer car off. He was driving over the bridge that goes through Mott, and he jumped off the bridge into the water. Like we jumped, and that.
A very cool stunt off of a very not cool car.
Oh yeah, we were 14, and but we had the best time of our lives. But then when you said that he almost died, yeah. So we had 3 movies, and we just made them over the summer. I was the youngest one. I was like 13, 14, 15. Those guys were like a year or two older than me. But the one year it was like, okay, guys, I'm going to climb the top of the school. And our school is like 70, 80 feet tall. Has these ridges on the side. So there was like a big story that sometime in the 70s, some kid climbed the top of it. He's like, I can do that. And the dumb thing about it too is he's like, we're going to get to the top of it, and then I'm going to throw this milk off the top of these cartons, and then it's just going to explode. And we're like, well, you can just climb the school. without it,
so
but-
climbing the school isn't hard enough. You're like, I'm going to take a lot of milk
Yeah, you
up
know.
with me.
So like, it's one of those things where like it will be pretty cool, but yeah, it was that one right there. Well, it's actually the other side, so it's taller. But
Oh, man.
But yeah, so first of all, I'm like, that actually was pretty high. He got like 10 feet up. We're like, maybe you just come down and then we'll just climb the fire escape. We used to sneak
You
in
sound like a parent.
We used to sneak into the school, steal chocolate milk, then climb the fire escapes and sit on top of the school and drink chocolate milk.
That's pretty bad.
And so we were like, so we knew we could do that. So we go, how about you just climb like 10, 15 feet up, come down, and then we'll just like climb up there, and then we'll have you hang off for a second or whatever, and then you'll just climb back on. We'll do that. It's like, no, I got to do it. So he climbs up, and we're like, holy shit, Daniel's doing it. He gets all the way to the top, and I'm like, oh, I was proven wrong. Puts his arm around the top and just fucking. We had 4 of us, 14, 15 years old, see our friend fall and break. He had 2 separate knees on each leg, and his face was like in the ground, and his other arm was for sure broke. And we're like, he's dead. Absolutely dead. It was also like Labor Day weekend. I know this because there was a volleyball day the next day. School was just going to be in session. But there was like no one was in town because of that, which helps us in the long run. But so I'm running, like my buddy Troy, we're like, Troy, you stay with him. Me and Levi are going to run to these other houses.
I'd rather be a runner.
Yeah, we're going to run to these other houses and get some help. So we run across the street. Doors open, but no one's there. And we like run around. So we didn't have cell phones, we're young. And there's just landlines. We're like, well, it'd be pretty rude to use these people's phones when they're not home.
As you're chugging their beer.
Yeah, right. Like we gotta forget this pretty quick.
As you're walking out with leftover spaghetti
Yeah,
in their fridge.
But we must have ran into 4 or 5 houses being like,
They're all open?
All of them. Oh, dude, it's Mott, North Dakota.
Yeah,
small town ND.
no one
Back in the
cares.
day when you couldn't easily steal a TV, you had to like get
Yeah, dude, that's like
friends.
115
I leave my
pounds.
apartment unlocked. You got to
You
get
get a
through the
32-inch
security.
TV and you're living large back then. But yeah, dude, so we run around. Where it is funny being like, oh, we can go into these people's houses we don't know, but we can't use their phone because that's rude. And then we hear, he's kind of waking up. We go, oh, cool, he's not dead. So we sprint back and just roll him over like any good medical student. And then, yeah, he comes
Walked
back
it
to
off.
life. No. Dude. Then we roll him over. We're like, he's not dead. He's very visibly broken bones. Not like out of the leg, but you could see like things touching the outer skin and stuff. And then his face just had like rocks and stuff ingrained on it.
Looked like he took a hard nap.
Yeah, real hard. And then this one lady's husband actually like dropped off some kids using the van, like the school van. He took him to some Optimus tournament or something, and he was like, what happened to him? And everyone knew that we made like Jackass movies and stuff. So we look at him, we're like, he fell on his bike. There's not a bike in a 2-mile radius. So we're like, he goes, you should probably bring him to the hospital. We're like, yeah, we got it. Just pick him up. And dude, I swear that his leg broke again when we picked him up. Like we did a little like this to like lift him up higher so that he wasn't on, and just threw him in the back of this Blazer, looking back at the guy like, yeah, we're good. We're like, fucking, this guy definitely knows something happened. But then we're like, but we told him that we're on a bike, and he's, I don't know, an idiot. We'll just stay with that. We start driving around town being like, what's our actual alibi going to be? We go, oh, we said he fell on a bike. We'll just say that we fell somewhere else. So there's a huge hill called Catholic Hill in Mott.
That'll hold up. in
But
court.
surprising you don't go to court, don't even hold up. But then yeah, we had to sneak into his house to grab his BMX bike and his ramp.
You guys went the long con.
Oh, dude,
on
and
this
we
one.
had to do like,
They stage this shit?
What if you?
yeah. So here's the thing,
he
we
can't
did.
be the only one with broken bones.
Dude, we did, like-
He's in his garage. getting
So
hit
here's
by
what
a
happened.
2x4.
Oh my god, yeah, I might as well. We did like Mission Impossible stuff where we're like, buddy, you got to sneak into Daniel's house. We see that his parents are home. Like his mom's in the kitchen, and I'm looking from afar, like through the windows. And like my buddy is like against a wall, sneaking by, gets down to his room, we get the bike out. It's like a little BMX bike.
Why was his bike in his room?
I don't know. You know, I always said that was dumb too, but he kept it there, and it was like a nice bike. I mean, dude, you can just walk into houses. You need to know where your bike's gonna be.
It's true.
It was a nice, dude. That was actually like a nice BMX bike where that was his pride and joy too. This is also funny. So we get that. We find the ramp that we usually use. We throw it at the bottom of this hill. My other buddy Matt's like, well, dude, we got to make this look like something happened. Just bashed his bike on the ground a bunch of times. Like,
Wait,
it's like,
the guy's bike who fell.
oh yeah, we're like, we got to
He
make.
just destroyed his
Yeah, pretty
bike.
much. It's very scratched up
May I
afterwards.
interject? What's Homeboy doing this whole time while you guys are coming up
Oh,
with an
he's
alibi?
sitting in the back. He's sitting in the back of the Blazer, and
Just rolling around.
so this is what he'd do. Dude, he'd be like, what happened? And we're like, dude, you fell off the top of the school. And he goes, okay, crazy. And then like 15 seconds later, he'd be like, did I fall off the top of the school? We're like, yeah, idiot. We just told you that. Like, what, you can't
If you guys
comprehend
are
this?
trying to stage it, you should have told them the other thing.
Severely
The other
dude, this guy doesn't remember shit. Like, he is so out of it. He started smelling like cat poop and litter because of his wounds getting infected in front of us. He tried to grab like a Mountain Dew can that was beside him in his wrist. I watched it. He tried to grab it out and his wrist was just like this. And I was like, I just grabbed it and like held it up to his face.
Dude, I'm gonna
It took-
vomit.
It took like an hour and a half for us to get him back to his family. After we scratched up his bike and thought of a
Response
good
time.
Yeah. Oh, it's dude.
run over his bike with a car.
His scab wounds were healed with rocks inside them by the time that we had him there.
Oh my!
And we brought him to his dad. His dad was like, "What the fuck?" We're like, fell on his bike.
See ya.
And he also had to drive him to Hettinger, North Dakota, to the closest hospital. He was in the hospital for like 2 weeks. And then,
I bet.
yeah, dude, the doctor was actually like, the doctor goes, dude, to sustain these injuries, he would have had to have fallen from a great height. And we were like, he caught some mad air. Like it was wild.
It was wicked.
Yeah, so that's
Surprisingly, didn't get it on footage. We have everything else on footage.
we
from
have
the
it,
summer,
dude.
but-
So we had a camera right below it.
Oh, shit.
Dude, if you guys had that on camera and waited like 15 years,
We
to
have two. We have two cameras. So we had one across the street,
Smart,
like
multiple
aimed
angles.
up, but he was just getting like the top half of the school. And then our other buddy had one down here, and you even hear my buddy being like, "The fuck? There's no video." Battery went out right before he fell on that one. The other one we just have like at the top of the school and just going, "Oh shit!" And then you hear like he just falls off. It's
if you had the entire video of that and then just held on to it, and then like at your 10-year, 20-year reunion, you're like, yeah, you know when Dylan or whatever the fuck his name was broke every bone in his
Yeah.
body? Here's what
I
actually
think
happened.
we ended up telling people, or I mean, I've talked about it on a few things, but like, I think people know now. If they don't, fuck them.
They're probably dead.
Got the
Yeah,
inside
because we
scoop.
killed them. We're like, I wonder if that's insurance fraud. We just lied to them and they took all that insurance. It had to have been a hefty bill.
That's probably all the money the Hettinger Hospital made that year. It was like fixing both of his knees, both of his elbows,
Both of his shins had other knees in
Oh,
them.
man.
So
yeah, putting his skull back on.
yeah, bionic boy.
I am feeling a little lightheaded all of a sudden. Holy moly.
Sweating.
It is funny
laughing.
telling people that and like laughing because some people do not think that's as funny as I
It
do.
is
Does he think
hilarious.
it's funny now?
Yeah, I mean,
guys still
I went
friends?
mountain bike riding with him not that long ago. He does.
What if he ironically crashed his mountain bike? And then you're like, we got to make this look like you fell off of a 70-story
That'd be funny because
building.
I went mountain biking with him where it was like go up, take like a ski lift up and do a trail
yeah.
run. Like I didn't even know that was a thing till he said he wanted to do this. I'm like, I'll try. He was actually trying to kill me. He was like, I'm gonna get this guy back.
It's actually funny because one of my Jackass clips was my neighbor. We had a little ramp and he had his bike, but he didn't wheelie off the end. He just went up and then tumbled. And then in the background was like the front door of his house. So he does this and he biffs it hard, and we're all being quiet behind the camera, like try not to laugh, but also like, is he okay?
Yeah.
And you just see him get up and like hold his back and just walk into his house. And, like, just leaves his bike there.
Just old man's it.
Yeah, so the bike story, so did it hold up for a while in the town of Mont?
We didn't tell anyone all through high school except like 3 people. So I don't know what's going on in Mod. I don't go back.
Well, we have
there.
a big Mont listening, which,
As you should.
Yeah, you got to watch out for it. How's your radio show? You do radio in Fargo.
I do have a radio show and a podcast. It's called I Woke Up for This.
How
I don't
do
know,
you
it's
wake
fun.
up for it? Early on Tuesdays.
Early
What
on
is it?
Tuesdays at 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
On-
on Tuesdays on KRFF 95.9.
There you
And
go.
Spotify, Apple, Amazon, wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah, you sound as gay as us.
Yeah, exactly.
I usually
gotta
wake
plug
up
it.
on Tuesday morning and see well after the fact. You're like, tune
Everyone
in.
does.
And I'm like,
Dude, people like
A lot of times I text Blaise during
he does. He's like played Under Oath, and I'm like, okay.
What do you do on the show? What's
What
it
do
all
I
about?
have comics calling in? Usually it's like the headliner that's going to be playing the cellar that weekend, or comics that are going to come into town.
Okay, stay in touch with the local comedy scene, Fargo.
Yeah, it's
area.
more so national guys that I have. Like Joey Avery was on there, Chloe Radcliffe, Mike Early.
Yeah, what's going on in Fargo that weekend,
Oh.
for example? Like we got people coming to town, try to pump the show a little bit.
Oh yeah, it's funny because it's like let's do some promo for the show, and it's like there's 7 people that listen to this, but
Welcome to the club.
fun.
It's,
Yeah.
it's beneficial for your podcast then.
it is kind of
essentially.
yeah. You're like I can get 30 listeners
Yeah.
sometimes, 30 plays on this podcast, nice.
Not bad.
There you go.
Which is, but yeah, no, it's fun because you just dink around. I mean, it's just this.
Yeah.
I got to figure out. I've only been doing it. Well, I mean, we have nice cameras and stuff in there, and I just use the audio. So I should probably figure out some stuff. But
That's pretty sweet though that you can convert that to a podcast form, and like you said, they're cool with it. And if
I
you
think
do
so.
that-
I mean, I'm doing it.
Yeah, it's mine now. So
Ask questions later, right?
Yeah, well, we might want to get a little IP going on that.
Delete this. No, it's super fun.
What was it like the first time you did it? Obviously you do comedy? Do you have a lot of experience with podcasting, radio, or was that your first kind of gig in the industry?
Well, we had a podcast called Wax Moronic with Markway Belcher and David Standel and me.
David's been on the podcast before.
Yeah, so we dink around like before the Wednesday open mic and recording stuff there, and then it just got like, I still have like 8 episodes released of that are just
I feel like you
out.
were doing a ton of editing with it though.
I was throwing in a lot of stuff, so it was taking a lot of time.
I was like what you did there for like an hour episode's probably like a good 3 hours.
Yeah, if not more, because I was throwing pictures
look
up
at
of
the
what we were
editing
talking
he was
about.
doing in the Jackass days. That alone tells you the standard of production that Blaise holds himself to.
Yeah,
I mean,
4 out of
the only
55.
the only thing that died that day was that one camera.
That's so true. Yeah, well, awesome, man. They got the radio show going. Do you feel weird about it? Do you not tell people you do? You have a radio show? Is that
No, I tell people that. I like it, dude. I have a fun time doing it. Gets me up on Tuesday mornings, and then it's just talking BS. And usually it's like the first hour I'm playing emo music, just getting pumped up for. And
trying
then
to wake up?
Yeah, and then the second hour is like usually it'll be like an hour long talking with these different comics and stuff like that. Just about. It's funny because some of them call in. A couple of them had to talk to like their agents to be like, can they come on this pod and stuff, or like been on that. And I'm like, I don't have any experience talking about this. I'm like, here they can just call in. We'll promo stuff, which also helps out that like they're like Fargo, no one's there. So, well, obviously this will help out with so many ticket sales. I'm like, for sure, bud.
The show's already sold out.
Yeah, it's already sold out. They sell out all the time in Fargo, so it's like whatever. So. Yeah, but it is funny being like, yeah, call in, have them call into my show and we'll promo it and stuff. And they've called in thinking it's going to be like, so how'd you get into comedy? And I'll be like, you ever eat anybody else's food at the bar? And then they're like, oh, this is different.
You were talking about like eating food out of the garbage one time for like 25 minutes with a comedian.
Yeah. Chloe Radcliffe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't want to see a good hot dog go to waste.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, my argument,
Fried chicken out
which
of
I'm
the
happy
garbage. Not proud of it.
What's the difference? Dude, she was on my side though. I think she kind of brought it up. Actually, that it was like
She definitely like one upped you because you said something that I think you were thinking was gonna get a reaction, but then she was like, "Oh yeah, I've done way worse than that."
It was. I was like, because I was just kind of drunk at a bar in Fargo, and there was a burrito truck outside. Someone left their half-eaten burrito on the table, and I was like, "Dude, this burrito looks amazing.
This looks sick."
And I had, I don't know, half a beer, so I was ready to eat whatever. And then I just housed it, and I truly feel no shame about it. I'm like, that's a half-eaten good burrito.
Honorable.
I've been so drunk. Like one time I'd eat like 3/4 of a burger, and then I like almost done with it. I'm like, doesn't taste like the chicken sandwich I ordered. And then like 10 minutes later, someone comes out and be like, your chicken sandwich? It's like, I ordered a burger. And I'm just like looking down on it. It's like,
why is my chicken medium rare? It's like a little pink in the middle.
If you ever go out on a date with a chick and you order 2 entrees for yourself, so they hand you the one and then they try to hand it to her and you're like, oh, that's also mine.
Yeah.
pull a Harrison Butker and don't let your wife eat when you go out to eat.
Actually, when I take girls on dates, I'm like, you order. Then halfway through, I just start eating hers.
Yeah.
Being like,
You just go around back, pick it up from the kitchen, eat it in the car. I'll be out in about an hour and a half.
like, you just wait till we're blacked out later and make out in this bar. And then I'm going to come back and eat that burrito.
Put this burrito in your purse for me for later.
That's first date material, brother.
Every night Blaise goes out, it's like, no half-eaten burrito is safe.
I do eat people's food all the time.
You like doing shots with
Dude, I'll lick a plate. Like, I don't care.
like a used plate?
Well, actually, there I'll draw the line. I'll lick my own used plate.
Well, licking a plate's fine. Windows plates.
You lick up your plates?
I do.
On Thanksgiving,
When
maybe.
people aren't looking, it's very shameful.
Dude, it's kind of hard for me to do it when people are like. There's
Yeah.
people around, and there's like a really good sauce. I'm like, I kind of want to
So I'm
like
a
They
this.
got a good sauce.
I'm a big proponent of poor man's nachos, which is essentially just tortilla chips and cheese. And when I
You
eat
mean nachos?
poor man's nachos, it only has 2 ingredients.
Only the thing it's shredded cheese.
yeah,
not-
shredded cheese. Put it in the microwave for 30 seconds.
Yeah,
Poor man's.
Yep. And I'll eat it and I'll put it on a plastic plate and then I'll literally like beaver teeth the last cheese off the plate.
That's-
It's hardened a little
Yeah.
bit.
No shame.
Dude, the cheese that gets a little burnt on there is so fuck. Dude, sometimes I just take sharp cheddar and throw it on a plate until it hardens
Yeah.
up.
It's called a cheese plate.
Hell yeah, brother.
Do you know who Seth Tippett is? Really tall comedian.
No.
Well, he came on the podcast. Now
Wait,
he's
does he
like-
get his name Tippets because he's so tall that he almost might tip it over?
Yeah, he's like a 6'9" comedian from Utah who
Nailed it.
walked on at Utah
Yeah, he
State to
didn't
play
give me credit for
basketball.
that.
We asked him what he's been doing during COVID, and he's like, "I got divorced." he's like most people learn how to make sourdough or something. I just filed for divorce.
Started eating that cheese shell.
Yeah, but he has a stand-up bit where he's talking about how he's like, he didn't know what a charcuterie board was, and he's like, yeah, this girl I was dating said she was gonna bring a cheese plate. And I thought she was gonna like microwave some cheese on a plate and bring it. He's like, I was super excited, and then it was just like on a cutting board, and like I didn't know what to do with it.
Kudos on the pronunciation.
I know usually I butcher that one.
Yeah.
That was really nice.
Charcuterie.
That really rolled off. the
Charcuterie.
I can't say.
tongue. A lot of things.
Yeah,
I'm so
I had to go to speech therapy when I was a kid, so I also couldn't say a lot of things.
Do you think you sound North Dakotan?
Sometimes I sound very North Dakotan.
Does it have to do with your alcohol intake?
Uh,
Just in general.
I think just in general, I'm pretty close to the same when I have as much alcohol.
Or like you and Matt getting drunk in Fargo together doing Jameson shots, speaking in tongues to each other. Nobody else can understand but you two.
Yeah. We did take, I mean, we were talking about this before, how many Jameson shots we took in succession. And Matt was like, I went like 20 minutes without seeing Blaise, and then I'd see him again, be like, Jameson shot. I'm like, there was not a time that we were apart for 20 minutes.
it was like 2 hours, and there was probably like, I would say put the over under at 10 Jameson shots.
easy.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the guy I was staying with, Denko Andy, he was just sitting talking to me in his living room, and I was like fast asleep, and he was just still talking for like an hour, and then I like woke up and he was still talking, and I was like, I haven't been saying anything back to you.
When I met him, he seemed like a guy who wouldn't know that you're talking to him half the time, and
Denko Andy is a legend.
he's a cool guy.
Oh yeah, he's the man.
Currently Fargo. Andy.
Moving to Austin, Texas.
Oh,
he's
nice.
Texaco correspondent.
Yeah,
We're just gonna
Texaco.
go have him eat a bunch
Phil
of
Gas.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say.
Phil Gas.
Texaco.
I don't know why. I just agree. Like anything you just said,
Texaco.
you just
Not
said it.
It's Texaco, isn't it?
That's a company.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
that's
we're
a gas
calling is
company.
Texaco.
Close enough.
Oh.
But you just
You
said
said
that, and I
Texaco.
agreed to
He
it.
did.
You could have been like, "Oh yeah, burning
I said
crosses."
gas company.
That's it.
You guys are
Pants
morons.
you.
Yes, Matt, we are morons. This is called No
Did you say
Brains,
you
No
were gonna
Headache.
pants him?
Yeah.
Pantsing people was like,
Dancing people rips.
Want to do it,
Dude.
after this?
Dude, I pantsed my friend at a party when he was gonna. Dude, this is the best pantsing within the last 5 years in the world. In the world.
Did he fall down a flight of stairs after you did it?
No, that would have been a mean pantsing. After I saw my one friend fall, I'm like, I probably shouldn't make any other ones fall.
What if the guy fell down the stairs and died, but your friend that fell 80 feet was okay?
It'd be funny if my friend's pants fell down before he fell. Dude, before he fell 80 feet, if his pants would have fell off, maybe the funniest thing in the world. No, we were at a party with all my friends, Colorado, and we had one of our friends bought a piñata. Dude, there was a stage where we had just had some dumb stuff with us. Like I had brought a lot of whoopee cushions with me for a while.
Oh yeah.
And then my other buddy just brought a piñata to this party that we were having on the ski trip. And my one friend, Jake, got blindfolded, and then they lifted up the pinata, and I pantsed him as he was swinging it. And dude, blindfolded pants swing. That's a good pants.
There's no way did he stay standing up?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, that's pretty impressive, actually.
The thing is, though, I accidentally got. Here's what's funny about it. I got both. I accidentally got underwear and sweated pants.
So he's just Winnie the Pooh style,
dude, holding the stick that's not his own, and just yeah.
That was always.
Because then you're like, I feel bad.
Ooh, another one that we recently brought back up was called table topping.
Classic.
When you
all
when
the
you go
time.
down, we one time. Oh, thank you. Did that to our flag football coach. I don't know if Jordan was on my team because he might have been playing with the one where he broke his arm.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. He our flag football coach, we like an end of the year party where he brought us like one pizza for like 16 kids. And
Yep, I was on that team.
we
I remember sharing a slice with you.
we decided to tabletop him. We do it and he falls and pretty sure he just snapped his wrist.
Oh yeah, dude, that rules.
And it was his last year that he
The breaking
Was alive.
of the limbs. It's just rough.
Have you guys broken any bones?
I broke my wrist one time and it was traumatic.
I broke my wrist like 5 years ago skateboarding.
That's when my hydrocodone addiction started. You know, young age.
I don't like hydrocodone.
I wasn't addicted.
Makes me feel dumb.
You weren't addicted to
Yeah, I've been there.
No, sold my pills.
like a true entrepreneur. Way to be. What's you said that the cellar sells out pretty much every weekend.
They sell it a lot.
What's the capacity?
I think that they say it's like 90. The total capacity is like 120, but I think they seat 90 just to be like
120, I feel
This
like
was
down,
comfortable.
even like 90 down there, it seemed like it would be a lot.
it's set up. Yeah, I mean,
But
it's set up
it's
awesome.
set up-
It's the
it's-
best fucking comedy club that there is. Like, I mean, it's set up so well, and every comic that comes through is like,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
They
It's just
all
low
enjoy it.
ceilings. You're all like intimate.
Yeah.
It rules. It is like the best place.
Well, that's where we first kind of officially met years about, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years ago now. Almost.
Probably close. Yeah, probably a year and a half ago, something like
Matt and I drove to Fargo separately
Yeah,
to
really.
do
I
open mic.
think I was going like on a vacation or something the
Yeah.
next day.
You weren't just fighting.
And so I went and hung out with some mutual friends and partied for an extra day. But yeah, we met at the Cellar Comedy Club in Fargo. That seems to be the main
That's the main
comedy
yeah.
spot. Open mics on Wednesdays there.
Yeah, that's a big. Well, and that's like a big open mic. It's like a show. There's like 50 people that show up for an open
Yeah.
mic. So
When we
you're
were
like-
there was like 20, 30, and I was like fourth to last, and it was the longest wait of my life because that was
Yeah.
the second time I've ever did comedy.
Yeah,
So that was a long time. But yeah, it's a great venue for sure. So anybody in Fargo, Moorhead area,
check it out.
gotta definitely check it out. What's like? Where do you get all the, or where do they get all the comedians from? Is it a lot of Minneapolis people or from all over?
The Cellar.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, a lot come from New York
Okay.
for their headlining shows. Their shows. I mean, it's slow season in the summer here, but it's usually like a national touring one. A lot of them are from New York City, Chicago, Minnesota. Just because I think like Lindsay, who books it, has a lot more connections there and stuff. Producer just freaking offed himself.
That chair goes ridiculously far back.
Yeah, watch
pretty
the
quick.
elbow.
Yeah.
The Texas man.
Yeah.
He's trying to get on
Also,
Jackass.
watch my
Haunt.
Man City signed soccer ball. It's worth more than my life. So like $75.
That's just the way she goes sometimes. Anything good? Is that your agent texting you?
That is my agent texting me. Well, I had a weird Snapchat thing that was like, which is so much more important.
Not wrong. Not wrong.
When you're freaking, I don't know, what stinks when your watch goes off and then it's like, you get 7 notifications real quick and it's like Uber Eats, DoorDash, whatever. And I'm like, I only keep those on because I think if I turn them off that they won't tell me when my food's on the way. And then it bugs me with specials 45 times every 2 hours.
Gotta figure it out, man.
Yeah, I couldn't order food in college from like late night pizza because I just like would go to bed and they would get pissed. Or I would order it too late and then it would just kick up the next morning when like Domino's opened. And so there'd be
They
a
would
guy.
do that. They would carry it over, rollover
That's
minutes.
insane. Dude, rollover minutes for
But it would be
pizza.
like,
That's wild.
what person in their mind thinks that Domino's is open at 2:30 in the morning? and then
Some
gets,
places.
But it is kind of a
That's
nice.
the only time I think about Domino's.
It's a nice surprise
it's almost
though.
too late.
Looking at your upstairs, you think about Domino's pretty frequently. I walked in swimming through pizza boxes and cat shit.
Not wrong.
Watch out for the ping pong table full of mail. You go through it, you might find a coupon.
I throw males.
Yeah, Matt likes to have after parties, and then he'll take somebody on in ping pong for like a best of like 11 series, and then the next day they'll be like, "Man, good ping pong game last night." And Matt will be like, "We played ping pong."
It's like, what kind of ping pong? Where we
I'm
slap
one
our
of
dicks together?
those rare people that's the same at ping pong when I'm blackout drunk as I am when I'm completely sober.
Completely horrible.
No, I'm pretty decent. Just not really good either way. I'm just bad in different angles.
Did you ever take tennis lessons, Matt?
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
But my
got that
dad,
backhand forehand.
yeah, my dad made me quit because I was better than my brother.
I'm sure that's why.
It was pretty funny meeting your brother one time just at a random
Oh yeah.
apartment.
Yeah.
in-
Speaking of which, I do have that as a note. Hold on, let me pull it up here. Oh, you know why I know we're friends? Is because about a week ago, you called me at 4:36 a.m. on Sunday morning, probably Saturday night for you. And that's why I think we're best friends. So I'm glad I'm not the only person who does that.
That is.
Whatever happened to the drunk
I'm
dial?
the only person. Dude, I think I just started it again, and it's with you for some reason.
Well,
I
let's
was
chat more often. I'm all for
You
the
texted
drunk
me
dial.
that same night at 2:38, and I texted you back at 6:24 Saturday morning.
Yeah, that was last weekend. Last weekend,
got away from me.
last weekend, I thought I'm not going to do anything. Memorial Day weekend is the best Sunday fun day in the land, and I was like, I'm not going to do anything until Sunday, and then I stayed up till 6 a.m. Friday night to Saturday morning, and then I got up and went to the AmVet's Best Burger Basket Special in Fargo.
Nice.
$8 and you get a burger or a brat. And
While
then
supporting veterans?
while supporting veterans. And dude, it's like, it's straight up coming from like small town, hometown stuff. Cause these old ladies just make like pasta salads and desserts and such. And you just get that. And then you go through and get your like unbranded Ruffles chips.
Just the way I like
scoop
it.
up the beans. Just in
Arguably better than the actual
yeah, dude,
Ruffles.
the ones that you get from like
A Costco or that come in a bag that's like the size of an actual
which you
punching
could
bag.
which you could get before Costco was invented. I don't know where they get those.
If you put me in front of a pan of Scotcheroos, it's game over.
yeah,
Brother. Yeah. Do you like the
Rice Krispies.
I mean, it's Scotcheroos.
dude? I grew up.
1.0.
You know what's crazy? I grew up only knowing the Scotcheroos because the Scotcheroos have like peanut butter and stuff in them. And then my mom only
Producer
made.
approves.
Yeah.
Producers.
My mom only made
Put your pants
Scotcheroos.
back on.
No way, keep those down. My mom only made Scotcheroos and never made like the marshmallow Rice Krispie ones. So when my mom, dude, when I found out about the Rice Krispie treat, my God, dude, I was like, this is better than what you've been making forever, Mom. You old bitch.
You don't talk shit about Scotcheroos, okay?
Dude, I think I like Scotcheroos better.
You were just spoiled as a kid with Scotcheroos.
I know, that's the thing about.
See, my mom switches it up.
You know what's
I swear
crazy?
she alternates.
Have you guys had puppy chow lately?
Oh my
Not
God, dude.
lately,
Here's
but
the
shit,
plug for
fuck
the
me up,
cellar.
man.
The cellar in Fargo, North Dakota. Go for the comedy, obviously, but when you're there, get the sweet and salty mix. Hey, brother. It's like, get the sweet and salty mix. It's golden grams with like puppy chow mix and other shit inside of it. I've never jizzed so hard in an open place. It's,
Now we're talking.
dude, it's amazing.
Now you're speaking my language.
Yeah, what were we talking about before that,
Jizzing
though?
in public places.
Oh, Scotcheroos.
Oh, when people start throwing in other cereals into the Scotcheroos, like if you have it like with Trix or
Reese's Puffs.
Reese's Puffs, Fruity Pebbles, like
You can't do that with Scotcheroos. That's a tradition.
no, not for
Rice
Scotch
Krispies.
Rice Krispies.
Yeah,
That's what I meant. I misspoke.
What is your favorite?
Cereal.
Yeah, what's your favorite cereal?
I'm currently making my way through some Reese's Puffs right now. But I am true Frosted Flakes. Call me lame. That's what I grew up on.
Crunch
It's
Berries?
delicious.
Crunch Berries pretty good. Dude, I think peanut butter Captain Crunch was always my go-to.
Okay.
I don't think anything really Golden Grams are up there as well with
What's the one with the frog on it that they're shaped like kind of like nuts? Smacks. Those
Smacks are
very
Smacks
underrated.
don't look like they should be good, and then they're really good.
Also, what might be very overrated, and this could be very controversial, Cookie Crisp, not as great as I remember as a kid.
I haven't had it in a while, but yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
When I was in jail for 26 hours,
What'd
there
you go to
was.
jail for?
We're not going to talk about the details of the jail, but there was a very plain Rice Krispie that you had to pour the sugar on. And I didn't really eat because I was so ashamed of being in jail. That was the only thing I ate, and
Yeah.
that slapped. Okay. So, jail Rice Krispies with a pack of
Is
sugar.
that what the song
Hello.
pour some sugar on me? Is that what it's about when you go to jail for 26 hours?
Yeah,
you have to pour sugar on
You
your
gotta
Rice
pour
Krispies.
sugar on your cold Rice Krispies with soy milk. That's all I
The
can.
music video is breathtakingly depressing.
Just Jordan pouring cereal on a man in a wife beater.
You want respect in jail, you trade your meals, and that's what I did until it got to breakfast. I was pretty hungry, but that slapped.
Yeah.
I think that was on account of hunger, but
Yeah.
in my memory,
It'd be funny to go on a hunger strike when you're only in jail till Monday. Like, fuck it.
I went on a 12-hour hunger strike. I fell asleep.
turns out you just sobered up till they could let you go.
Turns out he just went to bed, woke up, and left.
My one buddy got thrown in the drunk tank. Listen up, 14 times. Not arrested any of them.
Scored 2
Just
touchdowns in the drunk tank.
If only
Dude,
they
he
did
got-
that to underage
he's got an
kids in
album.
Bismarck.
He's got an album in his phone. He won't like me telling this, so I'm not saying his name, but it's one of the best albums of any phone. It's just
We'll leave that out.
Drunk Tank. He's got a few albums in his phone. One is Getting Thrown in the Drunk Tank. One is Blaise making out with chicks in the bar.
Nice.
And dude, he got me one of the funniest presents ever, which was just I went through a real just blackout make out with chicks in the bar that I don't remember. Made me
All the good ones do.
made me a blanket with every one of those pictures on it. It's pretty sweet. I think I have it at my favorites.
Is that the blanket?
Is that blanket just covered?
Dude,
in
I
your
do, and
semen?
it's what sucks is it's a nice blanket, and I can't ever have it on there.
and it's covered in semen.
Yeah, what sucks is it's
Where
a
do
nice
you?
blanket.
Why would I put that on? Are you just jizzing on your blankets?
Oh yeah, they're all full of cum.
That's some good.
Dude, he was sick for the last 3 days. What do you think he was doing to feel better? You know what I mean?
When I'm sick, I'm the worst at being sick. I literally just lay in my bed and moan until I get better.
Isn't that what most people do when they're sick? That's what
No,
being
but I'm
sick
on
is.
extra about it. Just
I knew Matt was sick because he didn't like text me for 2 days, and then I knew he wasn't sick anymore when he texted me. You ever fingered your own asshole? And I was just like, well,
he's back.
he's back.
There, check out that sweet blanket.
The answer is maybe.
We used to say that to people when we were younger. Be like,
What's going on here? This is. It looks like you're doing a Heimlich thing.
No, I'm like, that was like a Spider-Man.
We got a big man bun thing. Oh,
Oh, whoa! I didn't know.
what just happened?
New feature on the cell phone.
This one must be pre-makeout. You guys aren't quite locked at the lips.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
is
just-
your friend just like
That's awesome.
following you around with a phone at the bar? Or were you making out with
Actually-
that many chicks that like
I have a Fargo friend that has a whole album of me. Every time we hang out and drink, he just takes videos and pictures. It's awesome.
Yeah, that rules. Oh, but my buddy who got thrown in the drunk tank all those times, he there's been times where he got like thrown in. If you get thrown in the drunk tank in Mandan, they put you in the orange sweat, like the orange suits.
Gonna spread the cheeks?
Where the other times, yeah, they actually rape you too.
A true jail.
they want you to get the full
Like,
experience.
yeah, they're like
They're trying to clear out your prison wall.
before you get let out of here, we got to let you know this is 24-hour experience.
Yeah.
Do you want
pay
to be
extra.
initiated or not?
Gotta see
Yeah.
if you have anything 6 inches up your hoop.
What other drunk tanks was there?
Okay, but here's what he got. He was in like a sexy nurse's outfit for Halloween, and then got blackout drunk and arrested in Mandan. Well, not arrested, just thrown in the drunk tank. But it's still the prison oranges. and,
Cuffed and stuff.
and then when they came back, they were like, "You have to put on like take off those and put on this sexy nurse uniform again." So they were like, they had to be like. Yeah, they told all the other like cops too, I guess. They're like, dude, get over here. That guy has to put that shit back on. But yeah, he has like 14 pictures of himself just with a thumbs up next to the drunk tank where it's like,
how do you get thrown in the drunk tank in Mandan? The entire town of Mandan's like a drunk tank. I've literally been at a bar in Mandan where someone's been like fast asleep at a table for over 2 hours.
It's actually once you get into Mandan, they give you a sobriety check. They're like, you must be pretty drunk to come over here because this is gross.
There's a bar there that if you win more than $500 in bingo, you have to come get your winnings the next day during daylight because they had like 3 people that won over $1,000 and got jumped on their way to their car.
Oh my God. Yeah. The vampires are out after fucking every time.
Like, give me that $1,200 you won from bingo.
I mean, what's the minimum that you'd rob someone for? Say that you had not a steady job.
If I had like a pipe wrench and I saw someone walking to their car, I don't know if they had like $10 on them. I'd kill them.
Also, pipe wrench is a wild thing to have. Where are people getting these pipe wrenches?
I immediately went to pipe wrench. It's like, this isn't.
I know about that, but you hear about
this isn't Clue the movie.
Yeah, you hear about people getting killed by pipe wrenches from bums. You're like, where? I haven't seen a pipe wrench.
Someone's going to Lowe's and just like, who's buying all the pipe wrenches?
It'd be funny that like all those plumbers and like construction people who get their like trailers stolen from, it's actually just murderers who they don't even want to sell it. They just want to get new murder tools. Like, I got a pipe wrench, guys. They're like, fucking lucky we can murder a bunch of people.
When people get their entire trailer stolen. Like there was this barbecue restaurant on the south side of town, and they had put their smoker on a trailer. And while it was in the middle of smoking meat, someone just hooked up to it and drove away with it, and they never found the person. And they just closed the restaurant.
They steal it just for the meat. Like, this on for 27 hours, guys.
That's a good theft.
That family ate. It's like, we have a family reunion this weekend, and we forgot to order food.
It's like
Does anyone have any ideas?
Like Toretto and Fast and Furious just pulls up like, we got food. We got brisket.
It's about family.
Yeah.
Truly.
Providing for the family.
Speaking of family, that guy's family's not going to eat anytime soon.
Well, Matt, we got some new fans of the show. I recently stopped at the local C-store that I go to, the gas station.
You know what's funny? Please. Could you just say only fans of the show? Just because that's a play on words? Okay, keep going. Sorry.
Well, I was like, I'm thinking about starting an OnlyFans. My OnlyFans are right here. That's all I need. Hey-yo. But I got a free slushie for No Brains, No Headache.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I don't want to get too greedy. But I'm going to see how far it goes. But I got a free slushie for No Brains, No Headache because they're fans. And that was a moment.
How fast?
You made it.
How fast did you drink that?
I was on a nice walk on a nice May North Dakota day, and it was warm out. So it was about halfway back to my place.
Well, I was going to say, if you drank it too fast, it would be no brain, huge headache.
Is it
no brain, one headache?
Is it the gas station closest to your house? Like the new one? Does that have good slushies?
I did the Coca-Cola cherry the cherry combo. I was looking at Mountain Dew, and something inside of me said, no, go with the Coke and cherry. So I did. I also got a Reese's / Take 5 crossover thing. Delicious.
Better than
hey, what's up? Hello.
The Take 5.
Yeah.
Just the regular cup that has like pretzels in it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It looks like
I like
like it's actually it was
the regular Take 5. I'd never had one until like our after prom in high school. They gave out a bunch of them, and I didn't get any. But I went over to Jordan's house and I stole a bunch.
Close the yearbook.
You didn't get any in prom, like as in you didn't get any Reese's, or you didn't get any
I got so stoned that I fell asleep and missed the after prom party.
Really?
And prom.
I got dumped right before prom, and then just took my friend. Actually, my friend who was getting married tomorrow was my prom date because I got dumped by my actual girlfriend, and then she left to go to a party, and I didn't party in high school, and so.
Really?
My other buddy's girl also went to that party, and I played friends. I played like all the after prom games with my guy friend, and then I won a Nintendo Wii. So
I think you won the breakup
for sure. Well, and then that girl, then I won state track, so that girl got back together with me.
You won state track? What does that mean? In
That
Class
girl
B?
actually died
Well, I
falling
was-
off the school.
I ran the fastest race in the 110 hurdles, Jordan. What the fuck do you mean?
That's because all
That's what I was wondering.
all
what you
the
meant.
other people were
I
in
respect that.
wheelchairs and just ran into the...
Oh, they were
The
all
other
had
guy
no-
broke a bunch
where's-
of bones
Dude,
years prior.
Yeah,
so-
actually, I pushed a few of them off the school. So
Hey, guys, before the race, you just want to come give you a tour of the school. It's like, why are we
Yeah.
going up the fire escape? Don't worry about it.
yeah,
His
yeah.
elbow still clicks a little bit, but it's fine.
Yeah, I'd say. Well, to be honest, you could probably run a faster race in a wheelchair than on crutches. I got pretty good on crutches. I broke a lot of bones, but
Whatever your definition of run is not mine. But
you're right. If there's no leg use, whatever could go faster.
let me ask you this: you ever gotten a free slushie for your radio show / podcast?
No, dude, people don't know me. I'm gonna bring your viewership
I'm gonna
down.
put it
after.
there.
They're gonna be like,
Leave it.
I don't know if it can go down anymore, please.
I'm just saying, a free slushie goes a far
That
way in
rules,
this
that
economy.
rules. I'm going up top. That's
Thank you.
fucking-
Yeah, I was pretty psyched up. When I get good news like that, it's hard for me to not tell Matt right away. you know?
I'm jealous because I love slushies.
Oh, it's the new slushie spot in town. Just like Waffle Cone Fag Day that you participated in years ago.
wait, what was that second part that you said?
Oh, what did I say?
That's actually one of my bits because, like, you know, when you say stuff back in the day on Facebook, my brother didn't invite me to Waffle Cone Wednesday, so I posted on his Facebook wall 16 years ago. I was in the 8th grade and I said, "Hope you had fun at Waffle Cone Fag Day."
That stopped here. That stopped here.
It's still out there. He didn't scrub it or anything.
It's better than.
Sorry, I brought it up.
It's better than.
I also, the next year, I said, "I hope I get good grades so I make Schindler's List."
You know what? Both of those are better than.
It appears we have crossed a line.
Dude, all of my old, I like look at like, oh, what did Matt say 12 years ago? And it's like, told my gym teacher he was a retard. It's like, damn it.
Comedy is back in full swing.
Was he? Was
No,
he?
he was the freaking greatest dude ever.
As
Salt of the earth.
long as you never had the status, can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? I could really use a wish right now. That was every white girl's. That was every white girl's status in 2008 to
I
2000.
could really use a wish right now. Me every day.
Yeah, I wish that I wouldn't have posted about my brother being a fag.
I was trying to, what's the Owl City song? Fireflies?
Fireflies.
Yeah, that's the one I was going to. I was like, but looking back, I know I have some like.
You actually only put on your Facebook status like the sounds of the beginning.
No one gets it except
Yeah.
for my brother.
It's not Britney Spears. You don't make fun of Owl City. I kind of like that.
Hey, you miss 100% of the tweets you don't tweet. You know what I mean?
It's like, why did I quote Sean Kingston? Damn it.
Dude, if you're way too beautiful, girl, that might work. You might get laid. You go up to a girl in a bar and you quote Sean Kingston, you might fucking have her think you're black.
Best item in a junk drawer. What goes in your junk drawer?
All right, we'll even
drunk
take
drawer or
takes from the
junk drawer?
producer. Keep him anonymous, Texas man. Best item in the drunk drawer. I think it's.
Are you saying drunk drawer?
Junk drawer.
You were junk drawer.
Yeah.
You're saying drunk drawer.
Drunk
Drunk
drawer.
drawer.
Junk drawer.
Drunk drawer.
I think that
We're talking about
somewhere
drunk.
we got off here.
I think I can help with
Say it
the
again.
pan.
Say it slower, because I think you're saying drunk drawer.
I took a
It's
break
junk
from
drawer.
the sauce. Okay, the tolerance has been minimized. Best item in a junk drawer.
There we go.
I'm drunk drawer. We're talking about junk drawers. Got
I'm
it.
a drunk drawer.
I would say whatever you need at the moment, but tape has got to be up there. And I'm talking every single type of tape. Duct tape, electrical tape, scotch tape, anything. You got to have several. Every good junk drawer has multiple tapes. Am I wrong?
I think scissors has to be up there.
It could be up there.
Are we going like what's the most practical or what's the best thing? you
Ooh,
have?
here's the best thing in your junk drawer.
Glue that is frozen solid that you can't get anything to come out the tip.
It's-
kind of like my penis.
You can't get anything? I'm total opposite, dude. Mine is sticking in.
What did you
release.
eat? Good God, man.
Like, I've been eating a lot of cheese, pretty backed up. I haven't came in weeks.
We're going to need to clean up on aisle 5.
Like that's not what happens when you eat cheese.
When I was a kid,
Poor man's nachos.
when I was a kid, I thought when you tried to poop, it tried to come out the front and then ricochet out your back.
Shut the fuck up. You made that up.
No,
What, did your penis slingshot back a lot? I don't know
'cause
how you come to that
You
conclusion.
couldn't get out the front, so then it ricocheted out the back.
Did you ever feel something weird in your dong before you
I don't know how the intestines work or 4-year-old Matt.
You should know how far
Yeah.
that works. That's you.
I think what it is the random charger you need like twice a year, whether it's for like a vape or
So we're going-
a friend's phone that doesn't have an iPhone. I don't know why you're friends with them
Yeah.
if they don't have an iPhone.
Every phone charger you've literally ever had in your life, even if you don't have that phone.
It does suck getting the new iPhone and then staying at iPhone
Oh, yeah,
people's
they
places
changed it
because
up.
now it's USB-C and I'm like,
They
fuck, you
changed
gotta
it
carry one
up.
around.
We're just adding letters to normal things.
If you go best item, here's the thing. A screwdriver might be good if we're going practical.
Like the drink?
No, the best item
you
is
always keep one in your junk drawer.
Oh, sweet, some orange juice and vodka.
You're like, God damn it, I can't hang up this shelf very well.
the best.
Thank God I got this drink in here to cool my nerves.
It's probably like weed you put in there like 10 months ago and you forgot about. And then you're all out of weed and you find it and you're like, oh,
I can't do weed.
that's okay. That's fine.
I can't. I don't like it. Dude, if you talk about the best thing that I have in my junk drawer,
Yeah, what's yours looking
I
like?
have a picture of myself drawn as Jesus, like
You have a lot of
professionally,
pictures of yourself, apparently.
but professionally painted.
I mean, that would just be Jesus. You look literally like everyone
Dude,
portrays
get
Jesus.
this. This lady came up to me at the gym. This old lady, I was benching, I don't know,
okay.
25 pounds. And
I had to get a special bar brought in.
yeah,
from
they're
storage.
like, is there any way I can decrease the size of this 45 pole? Because
I don't want to
I'm
say the
gonna need
number out loud, but I'm just gonna say
yeah, I was actually just holding a 25-pound dumbbell.
it was a PVC pipe.
Yeah, that's a little heavy for me. This lady, though, came up to me while I was benching, just like leaned over. She's like, hey, like, hi. She goes, you ever modeled before? And I go, to be honest, I should be asked that. But I'm like, no, I haven't. That's a ridiculous
just like,
question. Especially,
Should I take my pants off now or later?
yeah, we can just
I'm here for pink eye. Head on in. Take
Yeah.
your pants off.
going to the hand job hot tub. But yeah, this lady is like, you ever modeled before? I go, no, that's a ridiculous question. And then she goes, I kind of want, I'm a painter. She handed me her card, which I mean, anyone can really make those. You shouldn't just go be painted by people who hand you those. She goes, I'm like, I'm feeling good about myself because I'm like, I'm going to get painted as a mural for this lady's nice picture. And then she goes, here's my number. Text you when I come over to my studio.
Why, hello.
Text me. Goes, keep growing your beard out for like 2 weeks and then come over. I'm like, this is going to be hot. and then she goes, because I need a good model for Jesus.
Son of a
And then
Block number.
I go over there and I sat like this for a little bit. She was doing a Sacred Heart picture. You guys know that. And she didn't pay me anything. And I sat there for about 2.5 hours. And then she told me about 3 weeks later, she goes, yeah, I did that because there was an auction up in Grand Forks for this school. That painting sold for like $3,500. So you raised $3,500 for a school. I'm like, fuck you. What? There's nothing for that. And dude, it is pretty funny
What
because
if you sent an invoice to that school in Grand Forks?
well, actually one of the funniest things, there's some rich guy for sure up in like Grand Forks area who like
one of them.
That
What?
has you as
that has me hanging up, and she also gave me listen, I don't
$2,800.
I don't want to get hard on this picture on this podcast. Another good actually this might be right around here.
$2,800 charity. No big deal. for selling my body. Prostitution has its benefits,
Oh yeah,
for sure.
depends how attractive they are.
But you raise more, so you win.
I raised more, but it doesn't mean anything to me. Dude, also, she gave me like a couple different prints of it. And like my
You have an
parents,
extra one laying
my
around?
parents are very, I'll print one out for you. My
We
parents,
want one for the studio, dude.
I'll put one on. My parents are very religious. And so they thought it was like the most amazing thing in the world. And so they came back, hang one in the back in like,
I was thinking like right there.
Okay. Yeah, let's give you some primetime real estate.
yeah, they have,
Are you a religious podcast? No, it's just Blaise. He loves
They
it.
think of OJ, dude.
they have one hanging up in the spare bedroom at home. So like when I wake up, sometimes I just like look over and there's a picture of me looking down, painted. I'll find it at some point and show you guys. You can throw it up on there. But yeah, it's hilariously funny to be like,
Dude, send us a print. We'll hang it up.
yeah, I'll do that. There's an 8x10 in my junk drawer. That's why that's why I thought of this story. Because I didn't know you guys were thinking like best, like useful thing.
I have one of those. It's like clown nose, but I got it for the blinking clown nose. But I think I was wearing it because I was Rudolph or something at a bar crawl. So I have that in there, about 400 cans of tobacco.
All dried up pens. Like
We're actually getting a poster from a bull rider, our buddy Weston. He offered us a PBR promo where our buddy Weston Hartman is a bull rider.
Nice.
And you can see the NBNH sticker because we sponsored him like in the promo. So he offered us one. So
That
it's on
rips.
its way from Texas right now.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'm really excited about
You guys are really intertwined with Texas.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Watch out, Texas.
I've had like 3 different people on from Austin, so you could say the podcast has gone international.
Yeah. the time we went was
They are
really
breaking
fun.
away. You went to Austin?
We went before we did comedy.
I want to go get shit faced on 6th Street.
Oh, it is nuts
Go to Tommy Want Wingy.
on Rainy Street.
Best wings I've ever had. And that's saying a lot. I'm a wing connoisseur. Tommy Want Wingy on Rainy Street in Austin, Texas.
Ooh. And then
Hello.
that bar that had a slide in it, that was kind of cool.
I've heard about
And then I remember playing like a claw machine. And I think you or the other dude we were there with, like, what are you playing? And I was like, a claw machine. And I look in the claw machine, and it's just all dildos.
You get one or what?
No,
Yeah,
no.
Matt acts like he didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Oh, I didn't know all these dick shaped things were penises.
Oh man, I just have like an armful. Didn't know anything.
There's one.
Re-gift these, I swear.
I'll be in the bathroom for the next 45 minutes to 4 hours.
There's the plastic wrapping just like sitting right beside you. You're like, I don't have one in my butt.
He's got the empty box. He's like, where's that butt plug at? I don't know.
Do you still have those?
Hey, you guys were actually just doing the thing that's on all the where Jordan has like the remote and you're trying to play the claw machine. Dude, you should make one of those videos where it's like Matt pulling out the remote control dildo and being like, and then it's just you and you trying to claw machine and get it.
Matt would be the mayor of Butt Piss City.
Oh God.
Maybe even the prime minister.
Yeah.
I don't know. The rankings.
What did you call? Jordan was searching for vice president. We were sitting up at my mom's house, and he goes, "Oh, would that make me the
Said assistant
president?" I was like, "God damn it."
Yes.
Is it not the assistant president? It's like a school system. I don't know what to tell you.
The ass president.
What are we going to do tonight, Blaise?
I don't know. Probably black out. I didn't eat a lot today and I'm rather drunk. I was going to just put my cap on a different way every beer.
Are you getting paid by these companies to wear this on the podcast?
Sports bar, I would love to, dude, go to the sports bar in Fargo. You can watch every sport.
Blaise changed right before we started recording.
I was
He literally said hi and then left and then like changed.
I was wearing my driving clothes
Oh,
or my riding clothes. I was sitting in the back seat. Couldn't have any road beers because my friends' kids were beside me playing awesome video games. I just had to eat my crackers and cheese and watch.
That you stole from them.
Yeah, and there's just crumbs. That's the thing. There was crumbs all over that shirt.
Hey, you're out of snacks back here. Pull over and you're like 20 minutes out in Fargo.
I need more peachos.
So we've had you on a few shows here in Bismarck, obviously the stadium show.
Yeah.
Besides that,
Can we talk about that one?
how has your experience been doing comedy in Bismarck with No Brains, No Headache?
I've had a great time with you guys each time. Always been welcoming. Always had a fun time.
Try to be super hospitable.
You are hospitable. This is just Jordan trying to be like, look at how awesome can you guys talk again? How cool I am. No, the first time I came down to do a show with you, it was really fun. And it was funny because you were like, I'll pay for all your drinks. We're like, okay, cool, man, whatever. We go out.
Here we go.
And then, first of all, Jordan brings us to 4 different bars so that he can sing the same song at karaoke separately at every bar.
I'm a hard-working man.
Yeah. He was like, I don't have a cowboy hat. And he stole some girls and beat her up.
You know, like
And
in the
then
movie
I went to
Knocked Up?
every bar you said you wanted to go to. So we went to a bar, and you said you wanted to go to a different one, so we went to a different one. They all happen to have karaoke.
Yeah, the reason that we went to a different one is Jordan's like, hey, is this bar okay, guys? You think we should go? There's no more girls at this other one.
You know what? Hospitality, okay?
Dude, I was getting to the hospitality. It did rule. We took a bunch of shots, and then Jordan's getting to the wobbly, which, I mean, not any worse than I was. Well, probably worse than I was, but it was sitting there just being like, hey, guys, very hospitable, right? And we're like, yeah, man, thanks for everything. He goes, I'm out of money for the night. You think you can get me my next beer? Like, yeah, dude, no problem.
Dude, I took $100 out. We went right through it, and then I looked at him. I'm like,
That was like 40 minutes later. It wasn't long. And he's like, yeah. But the best part was him being like, I took care of you, right? I took care of you. Like, I'm like, yeah, dude, I would have bought you a beer anyway. Like, you paid us to come here.
validation station over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I just remembered at Dempsey's in Fargo. The bathroom after a certain point just becomes like a cocaine delivery system for people.
Oh, buddy, that's every bar. Like, I don't know. That's
But,
not.
like, I walked in there and there was 2 guys in a bathroom stall. It's like, well, either you're banging or and
I don't know, at Dempsey's,
There's only one
maybe.
stall there, though. That's
Yeah.
their problem. They got to put more Coke stalls in there and lose it with
There's
just
a
the pee
stall with
stalls.
no toilet.
but they both just walked in right.
Have you ever been to?
It's just a room with.
It's got a
If you
glass
go to-
countertop.
If you go to Cowboy Jackson Fargo, they have the cokiest of Coke bathrooms that there is because,
They know their market.
dude, if you would have freaking, dude, you could fit 15 people in there comfortably with 5 plates. And like,
Go ahead.
dude, it's insane because like they have so much wasted space. They could fit probably 5 more toilets.
yeah.
And they just like angled it off funny. I'm like, I know what this is for. I'm here for it, but
I like it.
that's a good crack.
It's a summer citrus summer ale.
What's your favorite summer drink?
It used to be a weed and water,
Michael Phelps.
but I heard they're
Those
coming
old-
back with
I don't
that.
know.
Did you just
I
make
knew.
that up?
No,
knew.
I heard it from a bartender
buddy,
in Grand Forks. Like,
take that for yourself. No one
15
knows
years ago.
that. Steal that.
I
but
knew.
it's such a deep
A weed
cut.
and water is a good.
It's
Well, yeah,
such
if you're an
such
idiot.
a deep cut. No one knows that Michael Phelps smoked weed, and if you do know, you don't care.
I got it right away.
Oh, well, you're also a pretty weird dude.
Yeah,
Michael Phelps
people know
smoking
that.
weed's a lot like this
Unless you're hanging
podcast.
out with a
If
bunch of
you do know,
youngins.
You don't care. You think doing radio is a lot like CrossFit? Nobody really cares. I think you're crazy.
I was gonna say you talk about it all the time, and I was like, I don't. I literally have like people talk to me about it. People think I'm crazy. People thought I saw my friend fall off the top of a roof and drove him around for a while. People know I'm crazy.
That's true.
You staged like that's an episode of like Criminal Minds or something. It's like, yeah, they just drove him around. And
Could you think about if that's on
Broke
like?
into houses.
yeah,
Could you think if that's like a Curb Your Enthusiasm?
that could be a
though?
sitcom.
Well, I saw him fall. Am I supposed to tell someone?
Oh yeah, back to Dempsey's. So these 2 guys walk into the bathroom. I walk in, and they both go into the stall, and one of them just goes, "Hey, someone left their phone, wallet, and keys on top of the toilet dispenser."
I bet they had their cocaine on them.
Well, then why would they leave their keys? Those are people that didn't have Coke.
Yeah. Or he just got done taking a huge shit, and he's like, "Wow!" And then
Time
like,
to get out of here. I'm sweating.
yeah,
That's one of those guys that's pulled his pants down and takes shits too much, and his stuff is falling out of his pants, so he's set it back there.
oh yeah. That also reminded me when we did that show in Dilworth.
Man, what a fucking show!
That was
What a comedy market.
it was fun. That I had a good time.
Dude, the first show, to be honest, we did there was exponentially sold out. Like, they're like, it's a free show. I'm like, can you please pay us more and not do a free show? But they haven't done it before. Paid us not a lot at all. And then we brought in a ridiculous amount of people. Like, you saw, that place was filled nut to butt everywhere. Then they started seating people in their private room where you can't see anything.
And so it was like that room on the left, but they had the doors
closed. Yeah. And people were, and we were on the other side. They told me to bring our own sound equipment. I'm like, no problem. Then afterwards, they're like, people on like way over here, like, we have nice sound equipment there. Like, it should have, but it's, I don't know, it's not set up well. Then at the end they go, oh, well, our mics and stuff cover the whole thing that go through the speakers. You could have just used that. I'm like, I asked you and you told me to bring our own stuff.
Comedy in the upper Midwest.
Yeah, and so then the second time they had us there, Matt came there, which still wasn't a bad show. It was fun. Like, the people there were there for comedy, and there was probably like an all right crowd.
There was like,
Matt, you fucking stop talking shit.
no, I said it was fun.
It was fun. It wasn't like,
there was just a weird
it was a weird vibe. It was. And yeah, I'm not wanting to say that it was an awesome show. It wasn't. No. Like, but it was like, yeah, and I just had like a show. I just threw a showcase there. I just put like 7 of us up for like 10, 20 minutes each.
Love it.
Not even like, yeah, I was like, go up.
Good practice.
Do you ever think, though, that those shows that you say aren't the best shows actually are the best shows because they're just like so cringy and awkward and funny? You're just like, whatever.
Well, I truly don't give a fuck ever. Like, I just keep going with my shit because I'm like,
I'm starting to get there. I'm still starting a new thing in Bismarck is a little tough, but
yeah, I mean, it's
I'm
the same.
starting to get there where I don't care.
But we had a different show going on in between all these bands during the day. I'm like, this is gonna suck. We're like going in between. Didn't get paid. We're like, whatever. We'll do it because it'll be fun. We'll get a couple of free drinks and stuff during the day. And we just went on in between like hardcore bands. And it was,
here's a little break for you.
The only
that's always goes well.
They're like, do like 10, 15. I'm like, okay, whatever. And I went up and I'm like, never have I ever been opened for by Satan. And that got like a huge pop because I don't know, everyone there with their Spencer's Gifts clothes thought it was awesome. And then I started making fun of them, being like they'll like this. They didn't.
Then
and
they kicked my ass in the parking lot.
Well, dude, and there was like, I mean, everyone had a bull ring, and
love it.
And they were sitting there, and there was like, and then, dude, the one lady that was really paying attention. I mean, there was like 15 people walking around. It was also like a big event where you walk around. This one lady who was only paying attention, she was like not in shape. And I said something about going to the gym. I'm like, you guys work out? And she goes, yeah, I do. And I was like, no, you don't. And like, she's the only one paying attention. Why am I going to be mean to her?
Roasting
and then I was like, just kidding. And then she started, like, she got back. But I mean, it's just kind of like, I got to the point where, like, here's the thing. If you watch a few people, like, I know my buddy, like Josh DeLay, like, he's a good comic. I do a bunch of shows with him, but he also, like, going to shitty open mics and stuff with him. He just kind of like keeps going. I'm like, oh, that's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Like, just kind of get shit out.
He's great at crowd work.
Yeah. Then you kind of get over, then you kind of learn some other things. Not that I'm newer to this. I shouldn't be guys like, here's what you do, guys.
Well, you give me a hard time for the stadium show, which you should.
Dude, you were blacked the fuck out. You
love it.
People yelled at me to be like, what? Here's the funniest thing about that. I'm like, Matt, you need to get Jordan off stage. Like, he's at a 0.45. We're going to need to take his blood and put mine in it that's at a 0.2 to bring it down a little bit so he survives.
But guess what? I learned a lot from that. Don't do it again.
I'm not making fun of you. I am kind of. But like,
you should.
It was the funniest thing was that Matt was in like such a position. I'm like, Matt, get him off stage. Because it's going to help him to get off stage.
That's not.
It's like that would only end poorly.
I was like, that's not going to.
It's a lose-lose situation.
Then I'm sitting there like, well, how's this going to happen? Because people are screaming at me, who came from a different town. They're like, get back. You were sitting beside him. These guys are like, get back up there and tell jokes. Because I was featuring right before him, and I was like, whatever. I'm like, Matt, go get him off because he's like, it's going to be better for Jordan. But then I realized that Matt's in a lose-lose situation because it's. Get you mad at him or keep you up and have people keep walking out.
What you did was the best.
Well, you know why I did that? I waited. You don't even know that the reason that I came on stage is that you go.
Yeah, no.
You go,
Tell
thanks to Blaise Kautzman for coming from Fargo. I'm like, perfect. And I was just kind of sitting back there thinking that you were going to be done with it.
See, I
And then
read you.
did
I
this.
read you. I was like, get up here,
I came
dude.
up, and then you're like, now let's bring up all the staff. I said, let's not do that. And then they said, tell one more joke. And I was like, and I searched my brain because I used a lot of my material that night because I did like half hour. So I was like, I forget. I told some dumb like little joke. They're like, nice. And I was like, have a good night, which was sweet. I mean, like it was a fun show. It was an awesome show at Stadium for me. And then, but the funniest thing that happened there was afterwards, Jordan just blacked the fuck out, which like I respect, man. I was all for it. I was getting there with you. If I would have been in your position, switched around, I would have been there because I was
Looney Toonies, bro.
Yeah, dude, we had a good time. But the best part was walking in the back and having Danny, the manager or whatever,
Producer man's hearing this for the first time.
talking to Jordan. And I like walk in and I was going to be like, hey, can I get paid so I get it back to Fargo? I had a driver. And then Jordan was sitting there like, she's talking to me like, what the fuck are you doing? You blacked the fuck out. This is supposed to be your show. And Jordan's sitting there and he's like, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. And she's like, it was that bad. And that's right as I walked in and Jordan comes in and he goes, no. Blaise, you stay here. You're going to listen
Sounds
to
like
what
me.
she's saying to me right now. And I go, okay. And she goes, you were fucking bombing. And then you just kept going and saying dumb shit. And you like weren't reading and you're blacked the fuck out. You can't get blacked the fuck out of this shit. And Jordan goes,
Lesson learned.
Jordan goes, I did really well. I did do really well. And he goes, right, Blaise? I got a lot of laughs. And I said, I was like, well, I'm going to be a bro. I'm going to tell you the honesty. And I go, I'm going to be honest, dude. No, you didn't. Like they really didn't laugh a lot and people were getting pretty mad. And then Jordan goes, I respect your honesty. And then he looks back at the manager and he goes, I am so sorry. I'm like, that's just, I was like, I'm glad that I went with the angle that I went with, not being like sucking your dick to be like, no, you did awesome.
You want to know what? I collected a big fat check the next fucking day, so I guess that was cool. And we got paid,
we had a fun time.
Hey, I
I'm
learned
not
a
ragging
lot,
on
though.
you. I think that's the funniest story.
I think it's
You guys
it is
got
a big
paid?
Yeah, no. Matt wanted to be paid in yen, so
I tried to get paid more by throwing all of
We
that
did
money
pay you
into
more.
a.
we did pay you more.
No, you did, but I tried to get paid more by throwing that all down in a gambling machine.
How'd
So
that
you
go?
guy paid me negative. No, I just,
You guys paid me
Sound like
negative
already
because
late.
of
my
my
own.
No,
No, you guys rip. Thank you for having me on that. I love doing shows with you guys anytime.
I do agree, dude. I definitely fucked up, and I definitely have made the decision since then to correct that.
Oh, just get better. Here's what I say: just get better at doing it blacked out and keep the party alive.
And that's
brother.
where it started. It was ugly when you
Hell
start,
yeah, man.
and we're gonna get better at it. But no, I appreciate you coming to town, and that's why you always give me a hard time for being hospitable to you. But it's like, okay, these people drove all the way from Fargo. You come do comedy, you don't know how it's gonna go, so I want to always make sure that you're taken care of for sure. And yeah, we always have a good time. So
Hell yeah, man.
it was a big learning experience. I guarantee you,
went to the wrong stadium.
months. Yeah, our other comedian went to the wrong stadium, which
Completely
wasn't even.
What do you go to the Bismarck Civic Center?
We went to a place called
This is a
Broadway,
center.
which
Yeah.
has nothing to do with stadium.
The worst part is he went there and it wasn't called stadium, and he still went in and told the hostess, "Hey, I'm here for the stand-up comedy
Rather
show."
than
That
calling us.
is awesome.
Just doubling down on it.
I was kind of hoping that when I walked up, how I didn't call you. I thought about calling you guys as I walked in here, but I'm like, they know.
Yeah.
And then like,
We have a bunch of surprise appearances tonight.
yeah,
I'm sweating.
Yeah, no, I just want to say definitely learning experience, bonding experience. I guarantee you down the road we're just gonna laugh at that, which we are.
I've been laughing at it since
right.
that night.
Well, for me, I had to take a
minute.
minute.
I'm not trying to rag on you either. I don't want you to take it like that.
Dude.
I am gonna rag on you, but I think I mostly say that because it's funny.
I'm a man. I will admit when I fucked up and I'm wrong.
I wasn't gonna bring that up,
and I was wrong.
I wasn't gonna bring that up at all until you did. But I think that's a funny story because it is really funny just to switch your whole vibe to be like,
I will face.
No, it was awesome. It was awesome. I'm so sorry that.
You know what? Nobody really came up to me and like complained or asked for their money back. So I was like, you know what?
It's because they all left.
I don't mean that night. But did you get paid? Exactly.
Well, I was thinking because like I did the same thing basically the week before we had that cornhole show, and Jordan was sick, so he's like, "I'm gonna go through the Culver's drive-through and get ice cream." And I was like, I'm not going to wait in this drive-through. So I just got out, went into the place. And by the time Jordan got done with the drive-through, I had already had like 5 beers.
Yeah.
And it just went downhill.
What's up with you guys getting sick? I don't know the last time I was like
This was like the last time. This was the last time I was like.
That was the first time I was sick in probably a year and a half or 2.
That's even too soon.
That was like.
Well, Matt definitely takes really good care of his body. So that's an anomaly. But anyway, I think it's a good time to wrap up.
Yeah,
the show.
hell yeah. Let's go.
Blaise.
Should we go to the stadium again?
Yeah, let's
Hell
let's
yeah,
go
brothers.
relive
Thanks.
the memes.
Grab my stool though.
Blaise, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on.
Hell
No brains, no headache. We're gonna do a lot of shows with him in the future. Keep doing what we're doing. Check him out in Fargo. Where can people follow you?
They can follow me on Instagram at Blaise Kautz. That's BLAISER.KAUTZ, like my name. Follow my podcast on Spotify or Apple right now. That's called I Woke Up for This. Surprisingly, that wasn't taken. I thought for sure it was.
Not a lot of shows in the summer. That's just kind of the off season, right?
It's kind of off season for comedy. I'll be at a EDM festival.
No way.
What is you're just like getting spots at like random death.
Yeah,
metal
my
and
one buddy.
EDM. It's like,
my one
we need
buddy.
to mix it up.
Yeah, that one was like a
The
random
Juggalo
show like
convention?
in Fargo, but here it's actually like my one buddy who's like newer and stuff was like, "Do you want to come do this EDM festival in Waban, Minnesota?"
What's it called?
I don't even know. It's on June 13th. Google it.
Wabon?
Well, you guys want to come? Fuck around?
Find out.
Yeah. Earth Rhythms or something like that.
Well, I plan on booking you for a show here in the fall. if
Okay, we'll do
possible.
that.
So-
Yeah, come to that Earth Rhythms thing. We'll have a good time. I think it is going to be pretty fun because they're actually putting us up at like. I thought this was going to be like a daytime split stuff up.
Yeah.
They're like, you're going to be on the main stage at like 9:30 to 10:30 p.m. I'm like, I'm going to do as much Molly as everyone in the crowd so that this doesn't suck because they're going to be looking at me like
That's prime tizzy
probably
right
doing
there.
a lot. Yeah.
Earth Rhythms events.
Yes. I'll be there doing some
It says
stuff.
June 7th.
Oh, we got our dates.
yes, I did get my dates mixed up. It's June 7th.
Common mistake.
Glad I said
I'll be
something. So
there.
Blaise showed up.
Yeah, I'll be there June 7th. I'll be at the Hettinger County Fair on July 13th. We'll probably get a couple shows
Hell yeah.
booked in between that. But yes, comedy slows down during the summer. Everyone's going, especially Fargo and here. Everyone's going to the lakes.
Well, I do got to say, I mean, starting what we've started, producer knows, Matt knows, Bismarck, Mandan comedy scene. It's so fresh, so new. We don't know anything. So honestly, I just want to say thank you. All bullshit aside, thank you and Dave and Zach and all the other guys that we've had on the show for kind of letting us know how it works. We're trying to bring culture, comedy, fun, entertainment.
Well, yeah, I mean,
to
I've been doing
Bismarck,
it about
so-
as long as you guys have. So it's like, I just like
But you're at such a higher trajectory.
I'm
if you will.
talking
Higher
to-
level.
I just hang out with other idiots, but like, yeah, no, it fucking rules hanging out with you guys. So thank you for having me on. This is a lot of fun.
Welcome back. Matt, where can our followers follow you at?
You can find me on Instagram at Matty Applesauce.
Should be Monty applesauce.
Nice.
Sorry for taking your stuff.
I missed that one. Mile. Or you can follow the podcast at MBNH Podcast, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. You can just search No Brains, No Headache. It'll come up. And we had a big month for social media, so jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah, Matt has doubled our Instagram following.
Hell yeah, dude.
I let him. I mean, it's not like we had anything, but I was like, you know what, hop on Instagram, and he did. He's doubled it since. So good job,
Oh yeah,
Matt.
brother. Good job.
That's awesome.
Thank you. No, thanks again for having me on, guys. Actually, I was looking forward to this to a long time because I've always had fun BSing with you guys. I'm glad that we made it work. So
Well, when Matt told me you're coming through to figure it out, I was like, perfect. I was looking forward to this all day long. I went and grabbed some beer, showered, put on my best cologne.
yeah, I
you
drunk
know?
dialed you twice in the last week.
Oh, man. Don't ever change, brother. I love that. That's the best way to go.
Hell yeah, man.
But check out open mics here in Bismarck, Mandan, Jimmy V's, Gideon's every Wednesday at 8. Come by, see us. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter. Email us. Don't email us, but at No Brains, No Headache. Next up is episode 204. Blaise, thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, also one thing, just also follow Front Street Tap Room on Instagram.
And
Always got to plug them.
Sports bar and
Sports bar,
Butt
follow
Stuff- Butt Stuff Barbecue.
Butt Stuff Barbecue.
Follow Mott's Jackass 03 on Facebook.
I didn't
all the
graduate
Heidegger
then, right?
Hospital for
For future breaks. Yeah. Toodaloo.
Love you all. See you next week.
This is a freestyle to top.